Okay, we've already covered chords that we can play on the one. I showed you all those different voicings. Now let's go to the two, and the key of D flat is going to be E flat. So E flat, the two normally, I would say maybe about 70% of the time when I'm playing, the two is normally minor. All right, so it'll be E flat minor, E flat, G flat, B flat. And you want to have each inversion here as well. Okay. So let's get into some voicings that I would actually do. The first one I'll show you, other than this doubled up, is this chord right here. And this is something I'm going to show you for every minor chord. But for right now, let's just stick with E flat. So you're going to have the E flat minor. You can also put that A flat if you wanted to. So you can play this if you want to. E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat. In your right hand, what you're going to do is, so you're going to play E flat, A flat. So that's the first. 1, 2. So you got F, E flat, D flat. So that's a nice one to have. And the chord is actually what I showed you in the left hand. You have D flat, F, A flat. But you're just kind of putting some sauce on it. Okay, so you have that. This is another one. This is all for the E flat. You can play this chord right here. So E flat, A flat, B flat, F. You can also put the D flat. So D flat, F. You can play G flat, D flat, E flat, F, A flat. So you can play like this, or you don't have to play the D flat. You can just play the B flat. Actually, you wouldn't play the E flat, so you would play G flat, B flat, D flat, F, A flat. I play this a lot of times, but a lot of guys use it here. It's really whatever you want to do. That's the way I play it. That's the way I've seen a lot of other people play it. So you have that option there. Also, another movement, I talked about inversions in the first video on the chords. Let's do something like this. We got our chord right here. So let's do something like that. So G flat chord, D flat chord, so D flat, go to another D flat chord, so to another G flat, to another D flat chord. So some just like that. So B flat, D flat, G flat, A flat, D flat, F. So let's do it again. F, A flat, D flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and I'm D flat, F, A flat, and I'm going to grace the E flat. So slow. So that's another one. So if you're on the 2, so you're on the 1, you go into the 2. play around with it. That time I did. So you can do whatever you want to do here. And mix it with the thing I showed you earlier. Okay. So you have that. You can also do that. And we'll talk about this later, but all I'm doing is I'm just raising the B flat to a B. I'm gracing the D flat to the E flat, B flat to the B. And that's an option, and I'll show you an application for that later on. So you got all the chords I showed you. All those. I don't know if I showed you this one. This one is E flat, F, E flat, B flat, D flat, F, A flat. And sometimes just that dissonance or that tension between these two notes, you kind of play with and kind of get like a different sound. No, you can kind of do it in half steps. All I did was take all this half step up, half step down, and then back up. So you kind of play with that if you want to. But that's primarily everything on the 2. And that run, it's not really a run, I guess. I don't know what it is. I guess it is a run. So G flat, F, D flat, A flat, G flat, F. So that's all I did. And I ended it on the D flat. And that's always an option too. So these are all little things that you can do on the 2. Alright? We'll get ready to do the 3. Stay tuned.